The original Snapdragon 8 Elite was introduced in 2024 as the company's first mobile chipset featuring an Orion CPU. Then came the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 next year as its successor, which was earlier supposed to launch as Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2, but Qualcomm had a different plan. A few weeks after the Snapdragon 8 Elite General 2's announcement, Qualcomm followed up with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 as an affordable flagship alternative for premium mid-range devices. While it appears to be a successor to Snapdragon 8 Elite, the latter actually delivers better performance. The inconsistent naming scheme from Qualcomm is confusing many people, so we've created this detailed post explaining how the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, and Snapdragon 8 Elite stack up against each other. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, unsurprisingly, achieves the highest score in both single-core and multi-core tests, followed by the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which gets about 7% higher single-core score than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, while the multi-core scores for the two chips don't have a big difference. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is far ahead of the other two, with a total score above 3.7 million. The Snapdragon 8 Elite almost touches the 3 million mark, while the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 is just below it, scoring 2.96 million points. The result isn't any different on 3DMark than in AnTuTu and Geekbench. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 pulls off the best high score in the Wildlife Extreme test, followed by the Snapdragon 8 Elite and then the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. However, things get interesting when you look at low scores. The Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 has the worst low score of 3,219.